guys, welcome back to my channel. Audrey's actually sleeping right now, so I am doing a little bit of a solo episode, which is super fun. Today I'm going to be making some mini quiches. At the moment I'm doing a little series where I make some treats that are perfect for your little ones. You can have them as a meal for like breakfast or lunch with a salad or something like that, or you could even just have them as a snack. These will actually be perfect in kids' lunch boxes because they can be eaten cold as well, which is amazing. So I'm going to start by making the crust. I'm just going to put some pastry in these little springform little mini tart tins. Is that what you'd call them? I just got these from cheap, I think they were even maybe from the supermarket or something like that, but a lot of cheap shops like Kmart and things like that have them as well. It's just so much easier when you're using with pastry to use a tray that actually pops from underneath. You can also make this in a big tart tray if you prefer and just cut it up into slices, get this pastry sorted. All right, so I just do this section really rough, and then I'm just gonna push them down underneath here and then cut the edges off, and then with the rest of the pastry, I just kind of like gonna make little shapes that fit in there. You'll see what I mean. All right, that one looks good. I have these old chickpea legumes that I've used over and over again. I've lost count how many times I've used them. So it's a super cheap way to do it. You can actually buy proper pastry weights that you can actually use as well, but I'm too cheap for that. I've got all the exact ingredients and quantities in the description box below, so make sure you do check it out. And now I'm going to prepare the filling. Going to be adding in salt. I'm using Celtic sea salt because it has so many amazing benefits in it, so I'll chuck that in there. I'm going to be using some dried oregano. I'll be using a little tiny bit of cayenne pepper because these are going to be made actually for my husband and he loves anything spicy. Some spring onion and finely chopped red onion. And I've also got some chives. The great thing about this recipe is that you can add whatever kind of veggies and things like that and any extra nutrients you want in there that you have left in your fridge or that you know that your kids will love. Adding in some Parmesan cheese. I've actually got some flavor recommendations in the description box as well because I love things like pumpkin and feta and spinach and pine nuts and just things like that in there. So I'll give you some flavor recommendations down there. And to make it a little bit higher in protein and some extra goodness in there, instead of using cream or milk, I'm actually going to be using high protein Greek yogurt. If you're someone who loves to add collagen powder into things for your kids as well, this will be a great recipe to add some plain, it's like unflavored collagen powder into as well. And now I'm just going to stir it around. You can add any other kind of fresh herbs or dried herbs and spices and things like that in there as well. And then once the pastry cases are out of the oven, we shall bake. I'm going to add in some homemade roast garlic as well. So I actually roasted garlic in the air fryer and then mixed it up in my little mixer here. And that tastes so much better than using raw garlic. It literally adds so much flavor into things. So I'm going to be adding that into my dish. But as you see in the ingredients below, you can add just normal kind of garlic if you like, or fully leave it out. But I love anything with a little bit more of a flavor kick. I sometimes make my own of this, but when I buy it from the store, I just get whatever one is on special at the health food shops or the supermarket. So at the moment, I've got the Neutral Organics chicken bone broth. It's organic and free-range chicken bone, so winning. So many hidden little nutrients in there, but obviously I don't need to hide it from my husband, but I'll tell him exactly what's in it. But if your kids don't like certain vegetables and things like that, you can even chop them up pretty fine and chuck them into this as well, and they won't even know. These are done. How good do they look? Yum, yum, yum. The rest are cooking now. So as you saw, these recipes are so easy to make. There's actually not much hands-on time when you're making this recipe. I was able to chuck them in the oven and then go and do lots of housework. So not too much time is taken up when making this little recipe, which is so handy, especially when you're a mum. Such an amazing little snack to either have in the fridge or the freezer because they can be frozen for a few months as well. Just grab it out, defrost it, and eat it on the run. So versatile, you can add in so many different ingredients to change up the flavors each week as well. Let me know if you do plan on making these below, and let me know if you do make them because I would love to know how you and your family enjoyed them. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel because I will be making so many more yummy recipes for you and your kids to try. And I'll see you next time.